These 5 perfumes are summertime in a bottle. I mean, when you think of summer, you think of so many things, right? You think of coconut, you think of tropical, you think of citrus, you think of oceanic, you think of refreshing, you think of all of these things. I mean, these 5 perfumes, without a shadow of a doubt, are summertime in a bottle. If you want to wear something that is very fresh and summery and tropical and coconutty or whatever the case may be, these 5 fragrances are absolutely exquisite. And then, of course, it also goes without saying that there's a nice variety in this list. So some are going to be on the more expensive side of things. Some are going to be on the cheaper side of things. It all depends on your personal situation, your preferences, your budget, the amount of disposable income that you have. And I also did my best to try to diversify this list a little bit, but I am featuring fragrances that kind of explicitly and traditionally remind me of summer. You'll see exactly what I mean when I reveal them to you. But before I dive into this list, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and please give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. And it goes without saying that at least for, I think, 1 or 2 of the fragrances in this list, you can sample them at scentsplit.com. This is not a sponsored video in any way, but it's a service that I've personally been using since 2014, and I trust them. Really good people working there, fast customer service, reliable, really friendly staff. The owner is an incredible person. His sister is wonderful as well. Nevertheless, you can purchase a decant or you can get a full-size bottle of at least the ones that are available on the site. This way you can try it on your own skin. You can see if it works in harmony with your skin chemistry. And if it is to your liking, you can eventually commit to the purchase of a full-size bottle, right? But I know that with at least some of these niche offerings, it's kind of hard to pay the prices for them that the brands are asking for, right? If it's like $200-300, like it's hard to cough up that much money. I am completely empathetic to them. The first one that I want to talk about is a brand new release, and this one by Sol de Janeiro is Cheirosa 39. I think I have everything from this brand. They make a lot of really fun fragrances, and this one is coconut cream, orchid, and toasted praline. So I thought, and by the way, this one actually conveys a nice bit of sweetness to it. I thought that this one was going to be just a very fun, fresh suntan lotion, beachy type of a fragrance, but there's a nice bit of sweetness to this one as well. So if you're looking for something that is unquestionably going to be summertime in a bottle, Cheirosa 39 is the way to go by Sol de Janeiro. Of course, there is, 62, which is very sweet. There's so many others from the brand that are very gourmand leaning with, the hazelnut and the vanilla and this ingredient and that ingredient. And I think they have a pistachio one as well. Cheirosa 39 is going to be the coconut fresh tropical one. Tropical-ish, right? I mean, you don't have ylang-ylang, you don't have tuberose, you don't have some of the other ingredients that are contributing to a tropical aura, but the coconut cream in here is so well done, and I love that they kind of took it in a gourmand direction. Definitely tried this one, and it's also highly inexpensive. You can find it, I think, at Ulta. I think it's available exclusively at Ulta. You can get it online as well if you look around, but this one is awesome. So this next fragrance, I've had in my collection for like 2 weeks now. I love this stuff. This is not the DNA that I would personally wear. And I'm going to keep it real with you. None of these are the DNA that I would wear. Just because in the summertime, I really prioritize sometimes the aquatics, more often than not, the fresh fragrances, the citrus fragrances. The tropical coconut beachy scents are not really for me. I have a very strong appreciation for them, but there's a difference between the ones that I appreciate and respect versus the ones that I actually wear. Right? But this one is beautiful. By Carner Barcelona, it is the brand new La Playa. And with a name like La Playa, believe me when I say this is summertime in a bottle. So this is coconut milk, there's cardamom, there's pistachio. The thing that makes it tropical is the ylang-ylang. And then you also have Venezuelan tonka bean with a hint of vanilla in the dry down. This is not going to be as sweet as this, believe it or not. The toasted praline in this is much sweeter than the vanilla and the tonka bean combined. Go figure. But this one is very sweet, kind of taking it in a gourmand direction with a lot of coconut. This also has a lot of coconut, but the ylang ylang brings it in a tropical direction. It has a little bit of that suntan lotion vibe, if I'm being honest with you. But this one is also really, really good. Okay, let me just go ahead and talk to you about this next one, because I think this is the ultimate suntan lotion, sunblock, sunscreen, whatever the heck you want to call it, type of a scent. This is the original, right? Like, I think, I could be wrong, but I think this was the first one to do that DNA. And it is none other than Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. Now, this is going to be feminine leaning. I think these two are unisex in their own way. This one, Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder, is this creamy, tropical, coconut, floral, sun-kissed skin vibe. You can buy this at Macy's. I think that's where I purchased my bottle from. I think I bought this at Macy's. But of course, you can look around online if you don't mind getting slightly older stock. If you trust the, discounter online, then go ahead and buy yourself a discounted bottle, because this has been around forever. So you don't have to pay full retail for this. But this is creamy, it's coconutty, it's a bit sweet. Again, not as sweet as this one. You have the tropical florals in here. It is kind of the OG suntan lotion scent. Now, of course, if you're looking for something brighter and fresher, you can go with the original of the fragrance that I'm about to reveal. And I have that one as well. I actually have multiple bottles of that one. But now the fragrance has become available in the signature line. And that's a good thing, because it means it's also going to be cheaper. It's still quite expensive considering the price that this brand typically lists their perfumes for, but it's still going to be more inexpensive than their private blend line. And of course, with the original, I am referring to Soleil Blanc. This is Tom Ford. Well, this one is Eau de Soleil Blanc. It's going to be a bit fresher than the original. But if you've tried Soleil Blanc, you know you're going to get, what is it, the tuberose and the coconut, and this one is like not sweet at all, right? So these two have a hint of sweetness. This has quite a bit of sweetness without it being a gourmand, right? But this one has like no sweetness. Eau de Soleil Blanc is just a fresh, tropical, floral coconut scent from the house of Tom Ford. Again, not my style at all. I wouldn't wear it. At least I would wear it for testing purposes, sure. But on a daily basis, if I'm like running errands or going to the mall or, going to an event or whatever the case may be, this is not typically the type of fragrance that I reach for, but to smell this on a woman, chef's kiss. So the perfume in the number one spot, I cannot tell you how beautiful this fragrance is. So this fragrance was composed by Rodrigo Flores Ru, who is an amazing perfumer. I have met him in person several times. He's done fragrances for Tom Ford, John Varvatos, Arquiste, so many designer and niche brands. He is quite a master at what he does. I have seen him at the Fragrance Foundation Awards, I believe, on a number of occasions. I have been to a bunch of in-person events. I have run into him again at Scent Explorer. There was another Arquiste event in Brooklyn that I saw him at. We're always crossing paths, and I love that, right? He's based out of New York, and I'm based out of New Jersey. So, I think that makes it conducive to me running into him on a number of occasions. And when I tell you, he's one of the nicest, most down-to-earth people with a sense of humor too. And I love that about him. He's such an incredible person. And I'm always wishing the best for him. This fragrance has a lot of tuberose. There's coconut. There's this sea salt accord. If you're thinking summertime in a bottle, like this is one of the top 3 fragrances that comes to mind. And of course, I always think of other fragrances too. Virgin Island Water by Creed is another one. And, Eau de New York by Bond No. 9 is another one. And I know Coney Island by Bond No. There's so many fragrances that come to mind, right? But if we're talking about this house and we're talking about House of Beau, of course, I love Casablanca. Of course, I love Ave Maria with that very bright, diffusive gardenia. It's such a beautiful perfume. But nothing tops this one. Like summertime, if we're just specifically talking summertime, this is in the number one spot, right? There's nothing that's going to top this one unless they come out with something in the future. Who knows? What a beautiful bottle too. By House of Beau. This one is called La Mar. You're welcome. This might be available at ScentSplit, by the way. Sea salt, tuberose, clean florals, coconut, fresh, tropical, intoxicating. Yeah. What's up with my cap here? Might be a bit of glue. Anyway, yeah, it was definitely glue. Beautiful presentation, my God. La Mar. And it's long lasting too, like 8 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. 5 perfumes that are summertime in a bottle. These are all wonderful. Again, not my style. I think from House of Beau, I love wearing Espiritu. This has been a favorite of mine. Infinite Oud is another one that I really, really like. So these two I've been wearing the most. These are more like my style, my personal taste. But I'm telling you, to smell this on a lady would be exquisite. Hey, thanks for watching. If you took anything of value from today's episode, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.